What type of music are you into?
Well, I'm an old '60s player. Although my son has got me into techno.
Oh yeah,
He's a
techno
spinner.
free.
He likes jungle.
Oh yeah, jungle. I'm
Are
a
they?
jungle fan.
Right,
Very
he's a
big
big
jungle fan.
fan, and getting a taste of that. We got a few jungle fan guys out there. I can see.
So have
that.
you ever been to like? Have you ever seen him play?
I've seen him spin. Yeah, I've seen him spin, and I've seen him dance. And
Do you go and dance?
He's real. I don't dance. He's too impressive. He does all that stuff on the floor and gets out. And he's got it down. He's really good. But he puts up with my old '70s moves. You know.
My favourite part in the film is the part where your character, Nicholas Van Orton, has a tantrum with his briefcase, because I can like imagine myself reacting that way in that situation. I mean, what was your favourite part of the film?
I like that scene a lot. I kind of came up, in a movie like this, you try to find a little comic relief. And this character I played is very elegant, rich. He's like very in control of everything. And I thought that we needed at that point in the movie a moment to kind of break out and
it made me laugh.
Yeah.
I couldn't stop.
Well, that's good. That's what I was hoping to do, because I find that when you have drama, you try to get some comic relief. I liked that section. I like the whole section of the movie from when I leave the restaurant and I'm following the waitress. And then it's like when there's a guy who falls down on the street like he's having a stroke, and I won't help him. And it's like, you see, those are all tests, because if I had gone down and helped the man and showed some compassion at that moment, maybe the game would have been over.
Yeah, it would have been as fun, and they wouldn't have been able to carry
on. They wouldn't have had
to
carry it on.
Yeah.
That was the whole point. That was like a test. Okay, you won't do this. Now we'll amp it up a little tougher. So I like that section because with the dogs attacking us and all that, it was kind of a fun section.
It's definitely a film that you have to keep your eyes on, because I couldn't leave. I wanted to go and make a cup of tea, but I couldn't, because I was like, what's going to happen next? So, I really enjoyed that.
I'm real proud of the movie. People either love the movie or hate it. Some people don't like to be unpredictable. They like to have the security of knowing what's going to happen next in a movie. This movie doesn't give you that. It makes you kind of uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And then the ending was difficult, because the ending required you to kind of emotionally commit yourself, and to a real cathartic time. And I don't want to give away the ending, because it's a pretty good ending.
The relationship you had with your brother in the film was kind of distant. You wasn't really that close because of obviously what happened in the childhood. But what's your relationship with your real brothers?
My real brothers is very close. Yeah, my brother Joel worked with me on Romancing the Stone.
Yeah, I remember
One
that
Flew Over
film.
the Cuckoo's Nest as a producer. And so we kind of work together, and he kind of helps out and supports me a lot. So I'm much closer to him. But in the game, Sean Penn plays my younger brother, who was in and out of rehab centers and always was like a burden to me. I always thought I had to take care of him. And I never showed love for him. I always just thought of him as like a responsibility. And this was his way of kind of paying me back, I think.
Because there's a kind of twist in the film, the way it's like you didn't know whether your brother was like part of the game or not.
Exactly.
It had you thinking.
Right. That was the paranoia starts creeping in. It's a very well structured piece.
Okay, your parents are both in show business. Your mother, Diana Dill, she's more on the theatrical side, and your father, Kirk, is obviously making films like you. I mean, how was that? How was it when you was younger?
Dion, you've done your homework. That's great, yeah. Well, it was kind of, my mother's from England. My mother went to school, actually, we're from the island of Bermuda. We've been there for years. And then she went to school, the Isle of Wight, here in England. And she was very tall. So when she was 16, she always wanted to be an actress. So when she was 16, she lied about her age. And she went to the States. And she started modeling when she was 16. And then she went to acting school. And she was very English and, tall, and my father was this kind of Russian peasant.
You could tell from the characters you played.
Yeah, and you know how opposites attract.
Yeah.
And so they met in acting school.
Oh, right.
So I guess I'm a product. I'm here because of the love that my mother and father had for acting. And so they met and got married out of acting school, had me and my brother Joel. The marriage didn't last too long, about 5 years. I think career, he went out to Hollywood and you know, had a tough time dealing with a career and marriage and all of that. But I'm a product all my life of this biz, you know.
So what made you decide to follow in your father's footsteps, like making movies rather than your mother's?
Well, she's an acts too and thing, but truthfully, I didn't know what else to do. I was a hippie. I was, you know, a hippie like in the 60s, and, you know, I lived in a commune, and I went to college, but I was undeclared. I didn't have a major.
Okay.
And I just took general education courses, and finally, about the third year of college, they called me in and they said, you know, you got to major in something. You have to have an emphasis.
Yeah.
You know, you have to have a major. So I said, I don't know, take theater, you know. So I thought, you know, because I figured I knew something about it.
Yeah.
But it was not any big burning desire, but I just didn't know what else to do. And then slowly it kind of grew on me, you know, and gradually I got more interested, but I had terrible stage fright. I used to have when I used to do theater productions, I used to have a wastebasket, you know, I'd puke before I'd go on stage. I was so nervous. And I just kind of kept working at it. You know, I worked at it, and it started to become fun. But the first few years, it was just a tremendous challenge just to overcome my stage fright.